As Thanksgiving approaches, I've been slowing down and reflecting on the simple blessings God has placed in my life. This season always reminds me to look back with gratitude, recognizing the grace that carried me through every high and low. And today, as part of that gratitude, I wanted to make something meaningful from scratch. So, for the first time, I decided to mill my own wheat and turn it into pies for our Thanksgiving meal. Hello, beautiful soul, it's me, Lyka. Welcome to my channel. With Thanksgiving just a few days away, I wanted to add homemade pies to our meal. But not just ordinary pies. These are pies made with freshly milled whole wheat berries using my Schnitzer Manus grain mill, which I tried for the very first time. And because I'm always looking for easier and healthier ways to cook, we're making no-knead pies. Simple, rustic, wholesome, and nourishing. For the past months, I've been doing my best to keep our meals clean and wholesome. Slowly, I've been replacing store-bought processed ingredients with things I can make myself. There's something grounding about using the resources God already provided. Real food made with intention and prepared with love. Using the Schnitzer Manus manual grain mill for the first time was definitely a bit of a workout. It took patience and arm strength, but it was so fulfilling to watch whole wheat berries slowly turn into flour right in front of me. An electric mill might be faster, but it isn't practical for me right now because, they're too expensive. Well, I'm talking about electric mills that are high-end. But even if we have this manual grain mill, I've grown to love this mill. It uses true stone, by the way, which grinds gently and helps retain more nutrients. Plus, it gives me a little arm exercise while I prepare our food. I started with a peach mango pie baked in small ramekins and topped with a crumble. For the crust and crumble, I combined freshly milled flour, added cold coconut oil, mixed them until sandy and crumbly. For the filling, in a pot I combined diced mango, diced peach, monk fruit sweetener, vanilla extract, a little arrowroot slurry to thicken. As the mixture cooked, it became glossy, bright, and fragrant. By the way, I blind baked the crust before putting in the filling. I just prefer to have a little crispy crust, but it's totally optional. After putting the filling, I added the crumble on top and baked them. By the way, all of the recipes for today's video are in the description box. This season always reminds me that Thanksgiving is more than a holiday. It's a posture of the heart. It's stopping long enough to notice God's goodness and to acknowledge how far He has carried us this year. As I continued preparing these pies, my heart kept coming back to one simple word: gratitude. Gratitude is something we talk about often, especially around Thanksgiving. But living it out, truly practicing it, shifts our entire perspective. It softens the hard places in our hearts and reminds us that God has been present in every step of our journey, even in the moments we didn't realize it. The Bible tells us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you." This verse doesn't say to give thanks for everything, but to give thanks in everything. Meaning, even in difficult seasons, God is still worthy of our gratitude. Even when answers are delayed, He is still working. Even when we don't understand the process, He is still good. Gratitude is an act of trust, a way of saying, "Lord, I may not see the full picture, but I know you're here with me." Next, I prepare the crusts for the cranberry pie and the pumpkin pie. The method was the same, using fine wheat flour, a little coarse flour, cold coconut oil, and salt. I mixed everything together until crumbly, divided the dough in two, wrapped each piece, and placed them in the fridge to chill. While the dough chilled, I started the cranberry filling. In a pot, I added fresh cranberries, monk fruit sweetener, orange juice, orange zest, arrowroot powder, cinnamon, and salt. As it simmered, the cranberries softened, burst, and thickened into a vibrant, cozy filling. Next, I prepare the pumpkin pie filling mixture. In a bowl, I combined eggs, pumpkin puree, almond milk, maple syrup, monk fruit sweetener, cinnamon, vanilla, salt, and pumpkin spice. And if pumpkin spice isn't available, you can make your own using ground ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and cloves. Sometimes gratitude looks big: answered prayers, breakthroughs, healing, open doors. But many times, gratitude looks small. The warmth of a home, the laughter of a loved one, the strength to get through another day, the breath in our lungs, the little provisions God gives without us even asking. And today, gratitude looked like the simple joy of grinding wheat, baking pies, learning something new, and sharing this moment with you. Whole wheat dough, especially with coarse bits, can be difficult to knead, and I'm still learning. I used the press-on method, gently pressing the dough directly into the pie dishes. For the cranberry pie, blind baking is optional, but it helps create a crispier crust. You can use pie weights, beans, or simply prick the dough with a fork. For the pumpkin pie, I chilled the crust for 15 minutes, then blind baked it to avoid sogginess. Once the crusts were ready, I added the cranberry filling carefully and baked it until beautifully set. For the pumpkin pie, I added the creamy mixture carefully into the warm crust and baked it until silky, fragrant, and firm. I think about how Jesus often used food, bread, grain, meals to teach spiritual lessons. He broke bread to feed thousands. He broke bread to comfort his disciples. And as I milled the wheat today, I was reminded that God also takes us through a process. Wheat doesn't become flour until it's crushed. Olives don't become oil until they're pressed. Gold isn't purified until it's refined by fire. And yet, through every crushing, pressing, and refining, God is shaping us, preparing us, transforming us into something more beautiful. Gratitude helps us see that, even in the refining seasons. Gratitude helps us recognize the blessing inside the process. Gratitude opens our eyes to the quiet miracles happening around us every single day. So, no matter what season you're in today, it may be a season of waiting, a season of healing, a season of rebuilding, or a season of celebrating, I hope you remember this. God sees you, God is with you, and God is still writing your story with purpose. And because of that, there is always something to be grateful for. When everything cooled, I asked my husband to try both pies. He said the pumpkin pie was the freshest and most delicious he had ever tasted. I trust that he's being honest. The cranberry pie wasn't his favorite though, because he doesn't enjoy citrusy flavors, well, as far as pies are concerned. But I personally loved it. The balance of tangy, warm, and sweet made it perfect for fall. And not just for fall, but it's perfect for the entire holiday season. As the kitchen grew quiet and the pies rested on the counter, I reflected again on gratitude. Gratitude softens the heart. It brings peace to the mind. It turns ordinary tasks into sacred moments. And in this busy world, choosing to be grateful, choosing to slow down and appreciate even the smallest things is a beautiful act of faith. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Your presence means more than you know. Until next time, may you find peace in the present, joy in the process, and purpose in every small thing.